Hungaria!
Allez les bleus!
Warning, the pregame show contains flashing lights and images. Varoitus, alkushow sisältää liikkuvaa valoa ja kuvaa.
Le démarrage,
Moi, tu l'auras rendu.
the game officials for this game. Tervetuloa ottelun tuomari.
Tuomari vittu lypee saatana. Let's go to blue.
Tervetuloa Ranskan joukkueen. Please welcome Team Hungary. Tervetuloa Hungariin.
Hungary and France to wrap up a Tuesday here in Tampere. The officials for this game, Mats Franson of Denmark, Mike Langen of Saskatoon are the referees, Oni Huhtamäki of Finland, and Brett Mackey of Surrey, BC are the linesmen for this game. Philippe Bozon in behind the bench for France, played in the Quebec Junior League from 84 to 87. There's a familiar face to the NHL, Kevin Constantine in behind the bench. Coaching career started in the USHL back in 1985. A couple of Western Hockey League stints for him, some time in the NHL. And Kevin Constantine coached in Austria this past season. France an overtime win and an overtime loss. Hungary a 3-1 loss to Denmark, and then a game against Team USA that got away from them. There's a look at Captain Trey, who had the overtime winner on a deflection. That USA game for Hungary ended with a 7-1 final. In that one, day off yesterday, and Hungary ready to get back at it against France in this game. And France with the opportunity to climb up in the standings. Your netminders for this game, Sebastian Ylonen will get the start. Has played both games for France, 4 French championships on his resume. And Benza Balij, 41 out of 44 in the loss to Denmark. Save percentage of .931, 72nd international game for Hungary for Benza Balij. And this one is underway here in Tampere. Ylonen will play it up on the boards. Gallet sends it up to the line and out to center ice. That's as far as that play gets. Gallo will bring it right back in, throws it in deep. Hari going after it. Gallo trying to get it back for Hari, and that pass intercepted. Icing call here against France.
A very important game for France. They should be pumped up about it. A chance to move up in the standings, get in front of Finland. Psychologically, yeah, with a lot of racetrack to go here, still, it's a big thing. They've talked about energy. They've talked about discipline. They got to get through a game without taking a game misconduct. Texier took one in game 1, Clairot in game 2.
Shot right off the face-off early. Getting that one through, and Ylonen makes the save.
So, yeah, a big talk about discipline for sure, and the coach, Philippe Bozon, was kind of chuckling about it, but maybe a little bit of nervous laughter, like, yeah, we've talked enough about this, guys. I think we get the message now. Those two guys that got game misconducts are 2 of their best players. They can't do that in a game this important.
Clairot wins the face-off. It's cleared out to center, no further. Habidash will send this right back in. Play to the side of the net. Chance in tight there for Jofron, who has both goals so far in this tournament for Hungary. Cleared out at center ice. Tade trying to get a stick on it, can't, and it's back in a regroup now for Hungary.
Yeah, that line of Jofron, Bartolish, and Erdely, that's been their most effective line.
plan. Horvat will chase this back into his own zone. He gets crushed through there by Justin Adamo, and it's cleared out in center, and Leclerc will carry it right back in. Leclerc dodged the check in the corner. Roland Quiche trying to get a handle on it, gets a little bit of help in the corner, gets stuffed up the boards. Christoph Pop plays it back for Horvat. And he'll start out slowly. He'll pitch this all the way down the ice, and this will come back on the icing call against Hungary.
So that's the top line that's been good for Hungary. The other line that's really struggled for them is Seabach, Gallo, and Harry. Harry's -4, Gallo's -4, and Seabach is -5. Now, they have combined for like 36 minutes, the most of any line, and certainly the most of forwards. They got to clean that up. If they're going to have any chance in this game, that line's got to be positive and contribute something offensively.
We had a look at number 74 for France, Thomas Theory. His first game of this World Championship has been added to the roster. Has played all his hockey in Switzerland, went to Switzerland to play at the age of 12. Has played internationally for France, and this is his 4th World Championship. And Theory is going to get a penalty. It's going to be a tripping call, so gets his name on the score sheet quickly.
Yeah. I know, it looked like a decent hit to me. Maybe he did slip the stick underneath. Let's take a look what happened. He's cruising in, sees a chance to get on top of a guy. I don't understand the trip there. He just hit him from behind, which is fine. Nowhere near the boards, but the referee didn't like it.
So power play for Hungary. No power play goals yet in this tournament for Hungary. 0 for 4. And the 4 power play ops going into today was tied for the fewest of any team in this World Championship. This gets dropped back. Stipsheets will try to carry in, gets it across the line no further, and Guavy will send this all the way down the ice.
I wonder if that was a warning for the referees for France. It was a hit from behind, nowhere near the boards, but they've had 2 5-minute game misconducts for guys for hitting from behind along the wall. Maybe a subtle, not so subtle warning.
Janos Harry will start the attack. On for Seabach. Plays this in deep. Goes in after it. Comes up the far side boards. And it never does get to Harry. And then it goes off the stick and out of play.
If Hungary's going to do anything, guys like Szabo and Sofran, those are the ones, Bartolish, those are the ones that come through and get the best scoring chances. And for France, you've got Tim Bozan. He's got a goal and an assist, and he's usually around the puck on a regular basis.
Penalty kill for France, 4 for 8, 50%. So that's been a bit of a struggle for them as well. And the Hungarian fans are into this one. Taking it center, there's that long drop from Hadobash. Into the zone it goes, and right back down the ice as Hungary unable to get anything set up. Nicholas Ritz sending it down the ice and heading to the bench on the change. In across Gallo. He'll send this all the way around the boards. Bajgoyi going in after it. Gets a little bit of help there from Fesh. Taken by Pop. Trying to get it back to the blue line, but it was in a little too tight for Bajgoyi, and he has to retreat out the center. Now it gets turned over. Textier will play it back into his own zone. Chakachveli, no shots on that power play. Icing gets waved off on this one, and Bajgoyi goes back for it for Hungary.
I don't think there's any difference between a home game and a road game for Hungarians, because the fans are so noisy everywhere. It doesn't really matter. They get unreal support.
And they are here in full force. Justin Adamo fights off one check. Gets tied up on the far side boards. Gets a little bit of help there from Jules Bosch. And it's cleared up at center. Adamo Takes it to the outside, puts on the brakes. Stays with it though, and in pursuit there is Benza Zabel. Zabel trying to get a stick on the loose puck, pokes it free, and Horvat will skate this up. Has it poked off his stick, and almost a chance. Adamo was heading to the front of the net, and unable to get it there was Guillaume Leclerc. Sagne, his cross ice pass is intercepted. Play back out front. Puck bounces around. Clairot steals it, couldn't get a shot through. Perret, Clairot off his stick, and it's set up at center ice and taken there by Peter Vince. He'll play it deep. Theory to the backboards, gets bumped on the play, gets some help from Valentin. Clairot, one of the players that Ryan talked about, game misconduct in the last outing.
With that last sequence inside their zone, and starts here again. That's about as messy as it gets. There's breakdown after breakdown. This is going to be nervous breakdown if they don't clean this up.
Those
and get a couple of consecutive passes coming out of their zone.
And they're trying that pass up the middle. It just, there's another turnover. Hari swings this rink wide. Little bit of room for Gallo. Gallo in, the shot right on. Ylonen makes the save. And right back up the ice for Texier. Texier going in, knocked off his stick. Bozon, and he pitched a backhander wide. In the corner, Texier trying to go after it. Bozon trying to work it free, does. Bozon for Texier. Bozon got knocked down, gets into it with Pop. It comes free, and Pop is on it. He'll play this out at center ice no further. Taken there by Bosch, and he'll bring it right back in. Sends it in behind the net. Nicholas Ritz going in after it. Looks for some open ice. Shot never got through. All sorts of bodies in that shooting lane, and now a bank pass for Pop. First on the puck, though, was Fabre, and he'll clear it up at center, and Ritz will send it the rest of the way in. Quiche goes after it for Hungary, plays it around looking for Erdley. Was knocked off of his stick, brought back in, and they're going to call this an intentional offside, bring it all the way back. Switzerland leading Kazakhstan 1-0. Switzerland playing its third game of this World Championship and trying to jump into first place. A clean win would do that. Put them 1 point ahead of Canada. On this side, Team USA, 9 points. Sweden and Denmark with 8 points. Finland with 4. France with 3. So France looking to jump over top the defending champions in the standings with a win here against Hungary. This one ends up in the Hungarian bench.
So at least for a couple of minutes or hours or a day or whatever, it would get everybody's attention, especially for Finland and for the Finnish fans. I think they would look at that in total shock. And yeah, I know. There's still lots of games to go, and Finland's had a tough road. They've been up against top teams, and they should, by rights, run the table from here on in. But never say never.
It's going to be a tough week for the Finnish hockey fans, the ones that watch the National Hockey League. Gord Miller tweeted this out earlier today. Aho, Kotkaniemi, Rantanen in Carolina, Hintz and Heiskanen in Dallas, and Barkov, Lindell, and Luostarinen in Florida.
Incredible. Yeah, imagine the team, how different it would look if all of them, even half of those guys were available. One or two.
Be half a roster.
Yeah.
But those guys are busy chasing the Stanley Cup.
Good for them. Congrats. Yeah.
Yeah, the Final Four that I know I had picked.
There are a lot of busted playoff pools, that's for sure, for the NHL.
Cleared back in for Fejes, and he'll start up for Hungary. Up to center ice it goes. Not a lot of room there for Sofron.
You know what? Going back to the NHL standings for a second, with Florida in there, reminds me when Florida went into the finals against Colorado way back in the day. What was that, 96 or whatever? That was a strange playoff year, too.
But the year Uwe Krupp got the winner?
Yes, it is. Double overtime for Uwe Krupp.
He was a big man.
Yeah.
Theory trying to tie his man up in behind the net. His first game for France. Gets some help there from his defense partner Bosch. And the puck comes loose for Tim Bozon. Bozon plays it across. Justin Adamo with the wrist shot. And grabbed and held.
Uwe Krupp was my roommate for a short time on the road in Buffalo. I remember the first time I met, I think even in training camp, he walked through the door and it was a total eclipse. I thought he had to turn sideways to get in. I'm Uwe.
Well, you're not exactly a small guy either.
Oh, he towered above me, believe me.
Ryan Engblom with us here. 659 NHL games played, 2 Calder trophies, 2 Stanley Cup championships. Led the National Hockey League in plus-minus 1 year, so you may have more of an appreciation for plus-minus than a lot of people do.
Yeah, and yeah, it was fun. It was that one, 1 year, 1 record, because I wasn't going to score a lot of goals and assists, so that was a fun one.
I'd imagine winning a Stanley Cup in Montreal was relatively exciting.
Yeah, no doubt. 10 guys in the Hall of Fame from that team, so look back at that and just kind of go, wow, that's pretty amazing.
Ritz will hold this in for France, lets the shot go. And Balij will snare that into the midair and hang on to it.
For the French team, a 2-1 win over Austria and then a 4-3 loss. That was tough for them to take. So goals for and against, they're 5-5. The 4-3 loss was Denmark. 5 goals for, 5 goals against. So I mean, even just the stats kind of look and go, they're right there. Can they really do some damage? And what's it going to be like from here on in? But they've got to win this game to make it effective.
Yeah, when you lose to a team that maybe you don't expect to lose to, it kind of takes some of the sting out of it. Back into the France end of the ice as we are into the back half of period number 1. For Hungary, the schedule doesn't get any easier. Sweden and Finland back-to-back Thursday, Friday. And then another back-to-back Sunday, Monday with Germany and Austria. Not an easy tournament.
There's still a rumor or two, even with Sweden, it seems like. Is there somebody else coming? Keep hearing rumors.
France has Finland up next, so we talk about them a win here, jumping Finland in the standings. We have an injured player. Seabach makes his way back to the Hungarian bench in some discomfort. We'll put some spice into that game against Finland tomorrow if France is ahead of them in the standings. Nice little move out of his own zone and then snapped off the boards by Hadomash.
On paper, though, I mean, there is really no comparison. I mean, the Finns, we talked about all the players they might have had if the NHL playoffs look remarkably different than they do. But having said that, Finland's got a really good team. Boy, they can score, and they'll be up against it. So, yeah, France, I don't see France winning that game at all, to be honest with you. But it just makes it really interesting at this point that France winning this game, they could go, nobody would have even thought at any time that France would ever be ahead of Finland in a standings, even after one game maybe.
Some of these teams, France, Hungary, they just simply, even Denmark, they can't roll out 4 lines the way Finland can. And that's where it gets difficult. Gergo Nagy will float this out to the blue line. Pop looking for some room. Finds some and hits straight up the ice. Sends it on for Terboch. Terboch back to the front of the net, a backdoor play. And Pop couldn't get a stick on that, and here comes Texier. Alexander Texier gets rubbed out on that far side by Terboch. Pajgoy will take it for Hungary. Over for Christoph Pop. He'll send it ahead. And offside called at the line. Scoreless here in the first. Players back for Hungary from the team that qualified last year in Slovenia. A new coach, Kevin Constantine, is in behind the bench. Sean Simpson coached them last year. He coached in Switzerland this past year. Justin Adamo going after it. Another turnover in that high slot area.
Yeah. And before the game, Kevin Constantine said, look, over the last several weeks we've been together, we've gotten better and better and better. He said, my only wish is that we can get back to that level that we've been playing like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He hasn't felt like they've gotten to their optimum level. He said, I know we're not as good as some of the teams, for sure, there's no doubt. He said, I just want them to play to the best of their abilities, and I just don't feel like they've done that yet.
Shot from the line, save made, rebound, batted away before Adamo could get to it. And Sofron will send this into the French end of the ice. Off the corner boards, Anthony Reck trying to work it free. It comes loose for Guillaume Leclerc. No room for him. Oh, big hit. As Pierre Crenon just got decked. Delayed call, and now play whistle down, and we will get a stoppage in play.
That was Sofron, yeah. Get in there on the forecheck and play the body. That's the whole idea. Yeah, that's good contact. That'll get you in the game every time.
He plays in Romania, where he was born. Taken at center by Laura Guebi, and he'll play this one in. Grabbed off the backboards. Horvat will try and find some room, gets double teamed by Texier and Bozon. Slides it through, and now a lead pass for Gergo Nagy. And Yolona will play this one away. Čekrić gets jammed up in behind the net. Terbuch trying to work it off the backboards. Guavy is there. It comes loose, and Bozon is down low defensively to clear it away. Here comes Texier. Slide that through for Justin Adamo. He'll play it back for Bozon. Bozon gets rubbed out along the near side boards by Saunier. And back up the ice for Nagy. He'll drop it back. Saunier with the shot right up into the mask of Ylonen.
Yeah, that one got his attention, that's for sure. He was going down. That puck was rising up. He's still shaking it off a little.
Gallet will skate this out for France. Gets to center no further. And Texier's on the loose puck. Is it back in behind? Taken there by Lorco. Gallet will send this through. Tade, short side try. No room there as Balige was down on that short side. Tade has it again. Trying to lose the checking of Feish. Tade swings this in behind the net. Clairot will chase it down. Clairot puts on the brakes, plays it back in behind the net. And a penalty coming up as Bertrand draws a penalty. This will come around the boards out the center. 6 attackers now for France on the delayed call. Going into today, Charles Bertrand actually had the best face-off percentage, but he'd only taken 9 face-offs. Power play for France when we come back. Back to face-offs. You mentioned that Bertrand had only taken 9 face-offs, so really tough to get a real good percentage on that.
Meanwhile, Sebastian Ylonen, the goaltender for France, he had to go and get an adjustment on that mask. That heavy shot that we talked about did hit him right on the point of the chin of the mask, so it popped it up. You got to check those straps afterwards and make sure there aren't any fractures in it anywhere. Well, it looks like it's all right.
So France goes to the power play. Leclerc will play it to the far side boards. After it is Chartrand. So this line that drew the penalty stays out there. Gallet will take the drop pass back up for Chartrand. Lets the shot go off a skate and wide. Gallet plays it all the way around the boards where Reck is waiting for it. And this gets cleared. Good defensive play there by Hari. Back in for Guillaume Leclerc. Pulls it back. The shot that got blocked. Pozgoye got in front of it. Chartrand again. Leclerc goes cross ice and that shot got blocked. Reck is on it. Plays it back at the line. Chartrand scores! Bertrand gets the goal. Charles Bertrand rips it from the near side. Power play goal. 1-0 France.
The execution was really good. Get a shot from the right wing side, get a rebound, get it back to the point, and get it over to the left wing side. That makes it so hard for the defenders and equally as hard for the goaltender. And Balige can't get over in time. He almost got it. I think that went off his forehead. It was a heavy shot, a hard, heavy shot, and yeah, I think it did. He tried to head it out of the way. As he comes across from his left to his right, his arms are down at his side. He had very little chance to try and catch that anyway, so he went soccer style on that, almost pulled it off. But that was a heck of a shot there. It was well done by France on their power play.
So France with the lead here in period number 1. Bertrand from Gallet and Rep. Cleared out through center and back into the Hungary zone. Horvat is after it. Back for Krinon. Out at center. Bozon will send it the rest of the way in. Bozon trying to get that back to the blue line. Gallo breaks it up. Drop back, quick shot from the high slot from Ritz. That got turned aside. Ritz trying to bring that to the front of the net. In from the line there with that last chance was Bosch. Back into the slot, shot save made. And Belize will hang on to that shot from Jules Bosch. And we'll get a face-off.
Another look at that goal. Boy, you got all of this one. And the goaltender coming across, yeah, he tried. And a penalty that he didn't think he deserved. I certainly don't blame him on that one. Stipches was the one who was in the penalty box and slams the glass as he goes out after he sees that goal go in.
This gets squeezed out at center. Guebi is back for it for France. Intercepted at center ice, and Bartolish will slam this in. Bounces out at center ice. And back in, Istvan Bartolish. Trying to find some room. Great back check by Bartolish. Plays it back into his own end of the ice. Taken there by Hadobash. He'll drop it off. Terbuch hits the line with Gergo Nagy. Bertrand takes him to the corner boards, ties him up. And Clairot is there for France, gets it to the line, but not out. Shot from Nagy, that changed directions. And Ylonen with the quick reaction. Not sure if he got a piece of that or not.
I think he did. Both goaltenders' masks seem to be in order because they've both taken one right off the face. But this one was a nasty redirection. Another great shot, yeah, and the deflection. I guess that hit him in the back of the forearm. The way he went down, he's literally fighting that off. The way he went down and with his head back like that, I thought that one had hit him in the mask as well too, but he got his forearm. That was like self-preservation save, I think.
Gallet in behind his own goal, gets pressured. Now he'll get some defensive help. And Justin Adamo lost his footing and went down. Leclerc back for Gallet. Gallet gets rubbed out. Pozgoye trying to come up with it for Hungary, but good work down low. Staying on it is Leclerc, gets it out front. And Justin Adamo with another chance. He's had some looks in this game. Cleared back down the ice, and Guillaume Leclerc will go after it. On for Gallet. Gallet back for Leclerc into the final minute of the opening period. Leclerc got stopped at the line, and now offside is called, and Gallet and Gallo glare at each other.
I think Adamo's the guy that they've been looking to put some pucks in the net. He has had some really good looks. That was another one. He's got some goal-scoring hands according to his records, but the puck's not going in for him yet. But good execution there by France in creating that opportunity for him.
Send up at center for Jonas Hari. Leaves for Feyesh. Feyesh sends it on the left side, and it gets chipped in. Battle to the near side boards. Seabach trying to work it back to the blue line. Does. Steep Sheets will play it back down low. Steep Sheets has it again. Lets the shot go. Scores! Benza Steep Sheets, who was in the penalty box for the power play goal against, ties this game up late in period 1.
And he could thank Harry a lot for this one, because Harry was a terrific screen in front. I don't think Ylonen ever saw this one. Good puck battle and a win to get it back to the point. Now watch what happens in front of the net. Look at Harry. Really good. Yeah, that's right. The goaltenders have to do this all the time. Usually you look from the middle of the net, and he's kind of doing that. He picks it up late. That's a really good look. Harry's in terrific position. It's a great shot. Just pick a corner and hope that the goaltender can't see it. You're just getting it through, threading it through a lot of bodies there, and both things happen. A really good shot and a screen.
Good effort there by Balázs Sivuk to dive and poke that back to the blue line. They're giving the goal to Jonas Hari, so perhaps it didn't tip him on the way through, and the first period comes to an end in a 1-1 tie.
That's a big goal for them, obviously. That's a big boost to them. They went through a bad stretch early on where they could barely get out of their own zone. France was coming at them, took the lead, and now it's a 1-1 game after one period.
Shots on goal were 9-5 in favor of France, and a late goal has tied this up 1-1 here on TSN.
C'était mieux après les gars là, c'était mieux.
Ensimmäisessä erässä 1-0.
Some days it can be difficult to get through to each other at work. Other days, it can also be as simple as something else accidentally getting in the way. Then, suddenly, one day, the pieces fall into place without you being able to say exactly why. Here at AJ Products, we can't solve all your problems at work. We are here to help you design a better workplace, have a better day at work.
Hungary front. Four off. 17:33 on. 17:33 on. Hits good, hits good. You're good, you're good. Hey, you're good, helmet good. Outside there, come on guys, outside. Let's go, Galo, come on. Guys, we're good, we're good.
go. That's it, too. Mieux, mieux, mieux. Tout le monde, tout le monde, tout le monde. Tout le monde. Allez, d'entrer, d'entrer, hein. Tu veux l'énergie d'entrer, allez.
One tie after one period here in Tampere. They have given the Hungary goal to steep sheets. Jones with the, or Hari with the assist on the play. Here's a look at the netminders and news from Sweden. We are hearing that William Nylander has been cleared and will be joining Sweden here at the World Championship.
That is a nice ad. I know against Lightning, he had a fabulous playoff. I mean, you're looking at Matthews and Marner first all the time, but Nylander can be that other guy. Well, on this Swedish team, he's going to be the guy. I mean, he skates so effortless. His attack, the way he pushes defenders back and creates room for everybody, that's a huge ad for Sweden.
To play with his brother Alexander. Ice time in the opening period. Hugo Gallet and Jules Boss, the defense pair for France. 7:21 and 7:25. Jones drops it back. Steep sheets with the blast. Save made. And Ylonen will hang on.
That's a good save. That was a tough play. Good start. Right off the face-off. Get an attack. Drive everybody back. Get it back to the point. And Steep sheets, who has a really good shot, hammered that one right at the net. So France has backed in at times for sure. And as the game has gone on, Hungary had a horrible start, mishandling the puck multiple times inside their own zone. Maybe they got that out of their system and can go with it now that they've scored a goal.
Bertrand, the goal scorer for France, will chase this down, gets forced to the outside by Steep sheets, the goal scorer for Hungary. Gallet puts this down low into the corner. Pede trying to center, it does, and it is banked off the boards and cleared out the center ice by Sebok. Sebok after it, trying to work it free, but Bertrand is on it. Bertrand hits the line on his forehand on that offside, drops it for Clareau. Valentin Clareau. Back for Charles Bertrand, back for Clareau. He's watched on the play in the corner by Bartolish. And Feesh will try and pitch the puck up the near side boards. Earlier today, Denmark over Austria 6-2. Austria back in action tomorrow. The afternoon game here against the United States.
Everybody on the attack in this entire tournament, and even in the NHL, you attack and you whip it around the wall and get it to the off-wing side as quickly as you can to change the defenders. I forget who it was who went behind the net in the last game that we did. I think that would be a great tactic to change, to hang on a bit and get somebody to go right to the back of the net. Like I referred to Wayne Gretzky and how he did that all the time once they were in the zone. Just to change things up and give it a different look, and you have the protection of the net.
There's a chance, big save, rebound, short side try, and unable to tap that home was Terbosch.
Krenon got a stick in there, and I think he made a big difference. Otherwise, that one's in.
Terbosch after it again. Cleared all the way around the boards and all the way down the ice it goes. It was Marco Rossi and Peter Schneider combining for the opportunity you were talking about in the previous game.
Good. I knew you'd remember. I just remember the situation, and there's the terrific defensive play there by Pierre Krenon there. Get a stick on it right there. Otherwise, yeah, goaltender's on the opposite side of the ice, and he's falling backwards.
So Krenon saves one to keep this 1-1. Nagy wins the draw. Christian Nagy, number 13. Guergo Nagy, number 10. In his first game is Thomas Theory, number 74 for France. And this goes off a stick, bounces a couple of times. Balige cleared it. Texier breaks it up. Saved on the short side by Balige. Nagy goes after it. Theory is there. He gets played out at center. Almost an odd man rush there for Hungary.
Yeah, that was an unforced error there by Balige, the goaltender. If you're going to clear it up the middle, you better be good, and you only got about half of that one.
Bozan will carry it in. Tried to drop it back for Gallet. Puck ends up in the corner. Justin Adamo plays it for Bozan. Bozan brings it to the front of the net. Balige makes the save. Texier jumps on the loose puck. Alexander Texier fires. That changed directions. So some pressure now by this line for France. Justin Adamo for Alexander Texier of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Played in Switzerland last year. Will be back with the Blue Jackets this upcoming season. Bozan with the shot off a skate. And he gets cleared out at center, and Gallet has to be careful as Gallet gets chased back by Seabach. Sent ahead. Erdley will bring this in. Steep Sheets heading for the front of the net. The pass is intercepted by Clairot, and he'll play it up at center, and Steep Sheets jumps on the loose puck. Plays it ahead. Good jolt there at the line. Gallet stepped into Erdley. Bartolish plays it to the side of the net, and a penalty coming up as Erdley got dumped, and Hungary will go to the power play.
Well, we'll see what Hungary can get going here in the offensive zone. If they can get some motion, get pucks back to the point. They seem to be at their best. Here's a look at the penalty. Yep, there's a trip. They seem to be at their best when they get the puck back to the point and they get a little bit of penetration from the point. Nothing fancy. If you can get a first shot or two from the point as the point man's moving in, then the next time comes back around, that opens up the guys on the flanks on whether you want to use the left wing side or the right.
Nagy plays it through for Pop. Pop had to get away from him. And a clear by Bozan. Kevin Bozan, number 95. Tim Bozan, number 94. Brothers, their dad coaches the team. Guergo Nagy. Around. Controlled there by Gallo. And now play whistle down, and the back referee is going to call a hand pass. And that'll bring about a stoppage in play.
The longer this game goes like this, the better Hungary is. They're just hanging in there. Whether France will feel the pressure or not to try and win this one, but for Hungary, hey, they've got a goal. It's tied. They're just working on another one. If they can get, and we got a delayed penalty here now.
Another penalty coming to France. So this is going to be a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 16 seconds for Hungary, and not liking the call at all is Jordan Pettit.
Yeah, that's for sure. They are, he just pushed them. I don't blame them. They have really called this tight. There have been, that's the third penalty for me. I'm kind of like, okay, based on some of the other games that we've seen, which I know you can say, as you know, one game has no bearing on the next. It's different referees, but you would hope there would kind of be a standard for the tournament. It's been widely varied, certainly in this game.
Fish controls at the blue line, 5-on-3 for Hungary. For Jonas Hari, back for Fish. Down low it goes. Controlled by Vinca. For Hari, walks it in, fires, missed the top corner, looking glove side. Controlled on the far side. Gets dropped back there by Seabach. Shot. That's off a body and wide. Janos Hari will control back for finish. Back into the slot. Quick shot there by Safron. Save made by Ylonen.
Well, at least they started to move the puck around better. They were kind of trying to run some weird little pick play at the beginning, which I didn't quite understand. And it certainly wasn't working. When you are 5-on-3, and especially as the triangle was so deep, you could get one-timers from the top of the circle. I mean, that's the way to go as far as I'm concerned, trying to run some kind of pick play and have a guy coming up around with really nowhere to go. But as it went on, they did get a one-timer, and they did get another chance from the middle of the ice, so it kind of straightened itself out.
2 goals in this World Championship for Istvan Safron. Big face-off win by Claro, but it does not get out. Fish sends it across for Hari. Plays it back down to the goal line. 2-man advantage for Hungary. Cross for Fish. The shot save made Ylonen. They bang away at it. Vinca trying to chop it free. And Ylonen hangs on to it.
A bit of an awkward setup here. They do get a shot away. It's not from a great area, and he doesn't get a lot on it, but the play stayed alive and ended up in the crease area. And now we've got another issue with the mask. We said both goalies have taken a shot in the face here. Ylonen fixing whatever the issue is.
4th World Championship for Ylonen. The win that he has picked up, his first World Championship win. 5-on-3 continues, cross ice pass. Chuckage got a stick on that and deflected it away. And now just a 1-man advantage as Gallet scampers out of the penalty box and gets back into the play. Bartolish plays it back. Hadobash near side for Guergo Nagy, lets the wrist shot go. That's blocked away by Ylonen, and up into the netting it goes.
That was a smoother look and a better shot than pretty much anything they had on the 5-on-3, except maybe that quick one right into the bumper spot in the middle. But otherwise, I think there were a lot more opportunities on the 5-on-3 for Hungary to do it. And as soon as it became 5-on-4, they actually got the puck back to the point, got some penetration, and ripped a good shot at him.
Controlled at the blue line. Steep Sheets lays it down. Hari sends it back around the boards. Seabrook back for Steep Sheets, on for Hari. Tried to go cross ice. Back for Seabrook, and it deflects off the stick and out of play.
I think that was Fabre that went back off the face-off into the far corner, and he got the puck and he ripped it hard, but he ripped it right on the ice. And Hungary was able to keep the puck into the zone. I'm a big believer, if you can touch it in your own end, you're killing a penalty. You have to hammer that out of the, it has to get out of the zone, because that whole next sequence of 20-30 seconds and could have ended up in the back of your net when you're a little careless. Get it airborne, hit it as hard as you can, hit it to an area that makes sense, and get the darn thing out.
Texier will carry it in. 4 shots on the power play. Texier with the shot off a leg in front. And that just trickled by the glove side corner. Gallet will hustle back, so France killing off the 5-on-3. Pajgoy will dump it back in. Bosch there for France. Plays it up for Texier, back for Gallet. Gallet gets pressured in the corner. Terbuch will play it all the way across ice. Bosch is there, tried to get it up the wall, could not. Gallet is after it. Gallet gets pressured there by Bartolish, but he'll play it up at center ice. Texier will drop it back. Good wrist shot there by Bozan, but it goes off a stick and up and out of play. 12:02 to go in the second. It stays 1-1. Of these teams, some importance to this game. France trying to jump ahead of Finland, but at the same time have to be cognizant of the fact that Hungary is looking for a much-needed victory as well. Great Britain has advanced. They will be back in this tournament next year, as will Poland. Cross-ice pass, Captain Guebi. Tries to send it down low, intercepted, and Horvat will send it rink wide. Terbuch couldn't handle it. And right back in for Leclerc. He got pinned against the far side boards. And cleared, and this will be an icing call. Is unable to get a stick on that was Christoph Popp.
Yeah, a bit of a careless play coming out of the zone, and no reason to take an icing call. As we take a look at the goal scored after on the power play. And there's the goal by Hungary, the shot from Stipschitz from the point with the great screen in front by Harry.
Christoph Popp, by the way, has been in the U.S. since the 14-15 season. Went to play for the LA Junior Kings. That's where his North American career started. Clairot tried to slip that up the right side boards, looking for the defenseman Krinon. Krinon takes it back on for Lorca. Lorca sends it through. Pere trying to track it down, could not. And Krinon will take a bump, but he'll get the puck deep into the Hungary zone. Off the back boards, this is grabbed off by Garat. Tried to clear it, came to the front of the net. And the netminder Balige will send this out. In some room. Adamo drops it back. Bozan. Bertrand looking for a second, scores. Bertrand with the drive to the net. And the puck was loose off that backside, and Justin Adamo may have been the one to tap it in off that backside, or Baudin.
Yeah, it was Baudin. I thought it was Adamo. 24, 29, 29. Baudin's the one who made the initial charge, and then beautiful cross-ice pass. Really nice move coming back across by Bertrand. So the poor goaltender is going left to right and then back again. He does square up, but this is a heck of a shot by Baudin right up top under the bar.
So that will put France in front 2-1.
Second goal scored by number 29, Louis Bouton. Assisted by 3 shots.
Cleared away from the side of the net by Belige. Bozon is after it. So a goal and an assist for Charles Bertrand. Texier will give chase on this. Texier will play this back up top. Tried to get that for Ritz. It was intercepted and cleared out at center ice. And now a penalty coming on the play to Hungary. So after Hungary was unable to capitalize on the 5-on-3, France will go to the power play. Steep sheets to the penalty box for the second time in this game. So France to the power play over in Riga. 3-0 Switzerland leading Kazakhstan. Switzerland has looked sharp. Chance right off the draw. France with the man advantage, dropped back at the line. Bertrand had the power play goal earlier in this game when Steve Sheets was in the box. Gallet will play it cross ice. One-timer by Bertrand, save made, puck is loose. Scramble for it. Grabbed off and Gallet found it. And getting back in time was Belige. Reck will send it off the backboards for Bertrand. Bertrand will get pressured. Lays it down for Gallo. For Leclerc. Leclerc will play it back into the corner. Bertrand. Up top, Gallet. Slap shot, that just missed. And taken off the far side boards by Vinca and slapped down all the way into the France end of the ice. Gallet back for it. He'll drop it back for Texier. Has some room. Backdoor play, and it was in a little too tight for Valentin Clairot. Now this will get cleared. Second power play of the game for France.
Boy,
1-for-1.
Texier really got the gallop going on that one. We know he has good speed. He hasn't used it a lot. And with the room that there is, especially in a game like this, you'd like to see him get to that level a little more often.
Taken by Clairot, and he'll snap this into the Hungarian end of the ice. And picked up off the near side boards and cleared all the way down the ice. Good play there by Benza Zabo to read that dump in. Cekicveli hits the line, sends it in, goes in after it. Pozgoyi trying to tie him up. Trey tried to knock it back to the line and does for Guebi. Texier gets it down for Bozon. Another shot. Trey's in front of the net. Trey now the all-time leader in games played for France. 3 shots on that power play for France. So on the tournament now, 3 for 7 for France with the man advantage. Greenon is back for it. Pop is after him. Cleared up at center, off the stick of Bozon, and deep it goes. Horvat going after it, plays it around. Kevin Bozon first on the puck though for France. Gets a little bit of help in the corner from Dylan Fabre. But it is cleared by Keese out to center ice. Race for the puck. Gallo going in, scores! Vimos Gallo has knotted this game back up at 2.
He plays with a lot of energy all the time, and he does a terrific job just putting pressure on here. He's got good hands, and he needed a break. He needed something to work well for him. Well, you get a bouncing puck coming out of their zone, put pressure on the D-man. Gallet takes one swipe on it. It's a reach, and he doesn't get body position. And now it's home free. He makes a good shot, beats the goaltender on the glove side.
Gallet doesn't touch that. You wonder if it gets called back because of a glove pass.
Good point.
But it goes off the end of Gallet's stick, and Gallo is there to put it to the back of the net to tie this game up at 2.
Hungary's second goal, scored by number 22, Vilmos Gallo. Assisted by 14.
Cleared away from Justin Adamo, then he gets it back, put it to the front of the net. Leclerc unable to get a stick on it and cleared up at center early. Will play this through. Szabo, the defenseman, all the way down at the other end of the ice, chasing in the offensive zone, and now we've got a penalty coming to Hungary.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a hooking call. Bosco was going behind the net, his own net, and he got hooked from behind. I do believe that's when the arm went up. Then he got hammered right along the wall for his trouble. There he is. There's the hook. That's when I saw the hand go up, so I assume, or it might be a holding, either way. And then right there, he got whacked pretty good.
2 minutes, holding.
Holding is the call against Szabo. Yep.
There's a look at the goal again. Just a really good forecheck. You catch a defenseman in Gallet with no speed, and he loses body position. If you don't have any speed, the only thing you can do is get in that forechecker's way, and he's not able to do that. Gallo makes a really smart play, and he finished it off. And that's been one of the issues for Hungary. You know, they work hard, they get some chances, and they can't cash in. Well, they did there.
So Szabo, the defenseman who was in on the forecheck, gets called. First time in this World Championship that Hungary has scored 2 goals in a game. In across to the line and no further for Čekić Valley. Cleared back for Texier. Alexander Texier hits the line, being hounded there by Bartolish. Comes off the backboards, taken by Hadubash, cleared to the line but not out. Čekić Valley goes cross ice for Bozan. Bozan bobbled it, settles it down, plays it back for Čekić Valley. On for Texier, gets it back, on for Bozan, pulls it back, fires it off a leg and wide. Texier. France on the power play. Back it comes at the line. Čekić Valley ripped it. Third power play of the game. Texier has it again, pulls it back, looking for the far corner. And that goes off a body and up and out of play. And now we've got Trey involved in front of the net along with Hadubash.
Well, some quick puck movement by France, but really nothing was happening. It wasn't shifting the box at all. They finally did get a shot away, but that wasn't very effective either. They can certainly do a lot better and need to on their power play here, which has been mediocre in the tournament. It's a 2-2 game right now.
Control the law on the boards. In a battle there is Steep Sheets, and we have another penalty coming.
Boy.
And it's Steep Sheets, I think, who's going to the box for the 3rd time.
Yikes. Are they ever calling things close? The last one, I mean, I agreed. I mean, he reached in and it was a hook on the hands. There have been a couple of calls where, yeah, they're calling them tight for sure.
We got 2 penalties on the play. Team Hungary, number 12, 2 minutes hooking. Team France, number 22, 2 minutes for covering the half of the puck.
So the second one was putting your hand on, covering the puck with your hand. I think that's what I heard him say.
Yep.
So 2 guys in the box now for Hungary. And I didn't catch who that was that got the penalty for Leclerc.
Yes, it is. Correct. So it's going to be still a 5-on-4. Back at the line for Gallet. Gallet for Rec. Back for Gallet for Texier. For Bertrand. Gallet on and goes for Texier. Sends it back for Gallet and on for Bertrand. Back for Gallet. The shot deflected up high and over top the net. Hari got a stick on that. Another shot and a misfire there for Bertrand. Trying to clear it. Luciano's Hari and does. And Gallet will circle back. Gallet turned it over at center and off a stick and out of play.
Well, more pushing and shoving here. Getting a little edgy out there. Gallet tried to take a one-timer from way up by the blue line. He was kind of off balance. A lot of times, especially on the power play, players will get it wired in their head that we have to get a one-timer shot. It's going to get more momentum. From the blue line, especially from that far out, you might as well stop the thing and see if you have a chance to take a good shot. If that's the one you want, then make sure you get it through. A one-timer you have very little control over. You can sort of put it on one side of the net or the other, but the chances of it getting blocked are certainly a lot higher as well too, and that's definitely not the thing you want to happen when you're taking a shot from only a couple of feet away from that blue line.
So back to full strength here with just over 4 to go in the second period. Switzerland leading Kazakhstan 3-0. Switzerland won Group A last year, 6-1 in the preliminary round. There's shot by Fesch, and that's grabbed and held. 2-2 here in the second. So deuces wild here in Tampere. 2-2 in the second period. Theory will play this around the boards. Trey is there. Took a bump there from Kish, but it was Kish that went down. Played around the boards in the France end of the ice, and now Trey will carry it out. In across the line, tried to go cross ice, and that got deflected away. Roland Kies got his stick in front of it, kept in at the line though. Bit of a misfire on the attempted one-timer from Jules Bosk. And now Hungary will control with Horvat. Lays it on for Jonas Hari. Hari sends it in. And Ylonen will play it up for Thomas Theory. Plays it through for Baudin. Baudin trying to drop that back. It comes off his stick and grabbed off by Safron. Safron trying to take it to the net. Erdley is there, puts it back for Safron. Looking for Erdley, but it is picked off and back down for Baudin. Gets it to the side of the net. Players go down and right back up the ice for Houdebash. And Ylonen's not going to take any chances. He'll hang on to it. We'll get a face-off at the France end.
Pretty much a grinding game right now. Not a lot of chances. Neither team has a lot of gunners that are really going to be sharpshooters. We've seen some good shots in the game, but this is really about grinding. And when you get your opportunities, does anybody have the hands here to go ahead on the scoreboard?
Vincent Lorico plays it in. Getting dumped on the play was Leclerc. Play goes on. Justin Adamo stuffs this back to the blue line. Creenon floats it in, and save made by Balish, and he will hang on to it.
The fans for Hungary are just amazing. They will sleep tonight, that's for sure. They have not stopped yelling and cheering and banging on that drum that you can hear in the background. Non-stop support is amazing, and in between periods, it's got to feel good for that team. They go right by them on their way to their locker room. Now that's what you call fan support.
Cherrying gets it out to center ice for Nagy, and Nagy will send it in. Vince puts it back into the corner. Christian Nagy knocks it to the far side. In from the line is Keese, and he'll put it back in behind the net. Czechich Valley knocks it up the boards. Trying to get a stick on it is Guaby, but they tie it up right in front of all those Hungary fans.
They're not thirsty, but they're hungry. I couldn't resist it, I'm sorry.
So Horvat throws it across, and Bartolish will carry it out. Sends it across for Seabach. Seabach will put it in behind the net. Gallo, who has a goal in this game, trying to work it out front. Bertrand, who has a goal in this game, takes it away. Tries to send it ahead for Leclerc. Guillaume Leclerc knocked it down, trying to work his way through. Couldn't. And Mayesh is there until he gets his pocket picked by Guillaume Leclerc. Short side try, save made by Balish. Off Adamo. Into the final minute here of period number 2 in a 2-2 tie. Leclerc trying to spin off some checks, does. Trying to get it to the forehand, but he gets pinned to the backboards by Steep Sheets. Justin Adamo with a backhand shot. Balish wasn't sure where that one ended up. Rec will send it back into the corner. So some late second period pressure here by France, but it's grabbed off, and Mayesh will carry it out the center. Gently sends it into the French zone. And back forward is Bosch. Looks for a little bit of room, has time for one more rush. On it goes to Bozon. Bozon shot, rebound, and there to take it out of harm's way was Sofron. Bartolish for Hadobash, and he'll send it up. And that will do it. Second period will come to an end in a 2-2 tie.
Hungary with a lot of push, that's for sure. I think the onus is on France here. This is France's game. This is the game that France needs, and they sagged in that second period. They got to get something going offensively in the third.
France has outshot Hungary 22-12. France has won 61.9% of the faceoffs. On the score sheet, it's 2-2.
Find the show members in the IIHF app. Explore the action and dive into
Outside, Sofron, outside, outside. Help! We're good, we're good. Loose, 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 loose. Good, 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 nope, nope, nope. Watch the stick, watch. We're good, easy. Hey guys, we're good here. You got the power play, leave it, eh?
Par l'avant.
Third period about to get going in a 2-2 tie between Hungary and France. France has won 61.9% of the face-offs. And there's a reason I'm going to delve into that a little closer as we look at the netminder. Sebastian Yolonen has faced only 12 so far in this game. And Ben Sabalij has faced 22. There's wild swings in this face-off statistics. Valentin Clairot has won 7 of 10. Justin Adamo has won all 12 that he has taken, while Nicholas Ritz has taken 10 and won only 2. On the other side of it, Jonas Hari, who's normally a very good face-off man, has only won 3 of 14. Istvan Bartolic has won 2 of 8, while Christoph Popp has won 7 of 10. Add that all up, and it's 61.9% in favor of France. That and about $1.65 will get you a cup of coffee and tips. Take it in the high slot as the third period gets going here. It's bounced out to center ice. Baudin will play it back. Texier will take it all the way back and head to the bench on the line change. And Bosch will bring this out. Cuts laterally, gets to center ice. No further, and right back up the ice for Hungary. And a lead pass there, but Terboch blew a tire as he tried to break free. Blocked away by Balij. Bertrand plays it back. Lorco is in from the line. Dishes it off. Penne for Clairot. Clairot will play it back. Čekić Valley tried to get it deep. It comes off a body and gets deflected out at center. And France will start a line change.
Čekić Valley hasn't been as effective in this game as he has in the last couple of games we've seen him when it comes to moving in from the blue line. He was really good and got some good shots on net and created a lot in the prior games, not so much in this game.
A 3-point win by Hungary in this game would move Hungary into a tie with France. 3 points, and that would leave Germany as the only team on this side without a point. Germany has lost 3 one-goal games in games where they played very well against good opposition.
Yeah, they just played some of the best teams in the tournament, and they played well, just can't score enough.
Reck leaves it. Pop is on it for Hungary. Looking for a line change, so he'll just send it in deep. Some room through center. Ritz will dump this in deep. Fabre going in after it, played it back. Comes all the way around the boards. And chasing it down in the corner is Nicholas Ritz. Penalty coming up. And the proof is still stuck in the jersey for Zambor Garat. Nino Niederreiter has scored for Switzerland. It's 4-0. Switzerland is in its third game is yet to give up a goal. Yeah, the evidence was there going along for the ride. And Ylönen's going to scoop that up.
Well, Garat could have got a penalty for playing with 2 sticks, too. He couldn't get rid of that thing. I haven't seen that before.
That would be something.
Here comes the hook. See, he's playing with 2 sticks. No, he didn't get the penalty. It was the hooking call.
4th power play of the game for Hungary. As they had the 5-on-3 and were unable to capitalize. Hungary still looking for its first power play goal of this World Championship here in Game 3. Seebach will play it back into his own end. Bouncing puck up at center. And they're going to say this was knocked down with a high stick. And we'll get a stoppage in play. Fabre, the guilty party, to the box.
When you go a long stretch, it doesn't matter who you are or how good a team you are, you're going to go through stretches on the power play where it's not going in. And then you start to get into sequences and, okay, this is what we have to do. And the more you try to go through the sequences you've been taught and worked on in practice, sometimes you're just not paying attention to what's really in front of your face. The most obvious play is overlooked because you go, okay, I'm supposed to go here, then the puck is supposed to go there, and it ends up just going in a circle and you're spinning your wheels and nothing's happening.
Vince Steepsheet starts the attack. He leads his team in per game ice time. And he has it at the blue line. Has a goal in this game for Jonas Hari, and back for Steepsheets. He'll send it cross ice. Saffron the shot, looking for that far corner. That whistled wide, or Seebach rather, that whistled wide. He has it again. Seebach will bring it in. He'll take that return pass from Steepsheets. Tried to give it back to Steepsheets, intercepted, and Theory is there for France. It got away from him, and that allows Hari to hold it in. Put to the front of the net quickly, came off his skate, and Alexander Texier has it. He'll send it down the ice, looking for Bozon to be first on that puck. That was a set play with Texier there. Bozon short-handed, right pad save made by Balij. Theus starts it out, plays it near side. And Gallo for Fesh. Puts on the brakes, gets double teamed, plays it down low. 18 seconds in the power play. Fesh at the line as he takes the pass from Pop. Goes cross ice. And unable to handle that cleanly was Hadobash. And it'll get cleared down the ice.
The French penalty killer's doing a nice job, especially up high and along the wall, like jumping at the right time, realizing where the next pass, which is often telegraphed by the Hungarians, and the French are already there, putting pressure on the receiver of the puck, and so they have to get it and make it a quick play, and they're not able to do it, so the French get the turnovers that they want and out of the zone.
No shots on that power play for Hungary. Erdley looking for Turbach, and it got deflected away. And up for Justin Adamo. Reck heads for the front of the net. Adamo turns, puts it there, and that got deflected. It may have gone off the right pad of Balij. Leclerc trying to center it, lost his footing. Takes a bump on the play from Zabo. And it's on for Erdley. Sends it in, looks to the bench, heads for the line change. Texier with some speed. There's someone you might look to take control of this game here in the third period. It would be Alexander Texier.
Yeah, he's shown speed a couple of times, but it hasn't amounted to anything yet. But I agree with you. Those are the guys that you look to inspire you and come up with the big plays.
Shot from the line by Texier on that one-time pass from Bozon, and a good save by Balij. Charles Bertrand with one of the goals for France. He has played here in Tampere for Tappara. There's two teams that play out of this building in Liga. Tampere is host to Ilves and to Tappara. Tappara was the Champions League winner this past season. That draw coming up for next year, coming up, I believe, on the 26th or 24th. Lindsay Hamilton, our TSN reporter here, will be handling some duties on that. In across for Gallo. Gallo throws that to the backside. That got tipped away. Gallo spent past 7 seasons in the SHL in Sweden, and Linköping carries it back in, drops it back. Jonas Hari dishes it off. Szabo's in from the line. Szabo takes a bump from Gallet, and it's around for Bertrand. Bertrand hits the line, takes it wide. Centers to the short side. That got turned away. Bartoli's trying to prevent that from getting to the front of the net. Cleared in, and Ylonen will clear it to the corner. Erdley is in with a bump. Bartoli's trying to work this to the side of the net. Erdley goes after it. Bartoli's back there as well. Takes a bump on the play from Nicholas Ritz. But Hungary controls. And Horvat back at center. Bartoli's will play it in. He's after it. Now he'll backtrack into a defensive position. And here comes Kevin Bozon. Sends it in. Balish plays it against the traffic. And taken by Tirbach. Gets to center, sends it in. Off the corner boards. Jurgo Nagy hustling in after it. And getting a whack at it. Kept in. Nagy has it. Tees it up. Save made. Ylonen got the pad down. Puck cleared out at center ice. Garat. Right back in for Hungary. Leclerc will play it away for France. Fesch sends it up at center. Saunier sends it in. Shot to the short side. Turned away. Back it comes at the line. And Saunier unable to handle it cleanly. Will dump it back in. And now Hungary starts a line change. Tim Bozon with some speed. Knifes a backhander in. Goes in after it. Balige will come out and play it. Creedon tried to, or rather Theory tried to get that back to the front of the net quickly, maybe before Balige could get back into position. Down for Texier. Alexander Texier plays it back at the line for Bosk. Lets the shot go. That never got through. Gallo got in front of it. And now Hari will send it the rest of the way down the ice and hit for bench for another line change. Shot from the far side. Bartoli's, that's turned away. And back up for Pede. Gets to the line and absolutely no way to get into the zone. And Safron will clear it back down the ice. Safron plays it back at the line. Szabo trying to fire that one through. Bertrand blocked it. Gallet is on it. He'll play it back for Gravy. Gravy around for Pede. He'll leave for Clareau. Back for Pede. Tried to drop it off for Creanon. Clareau jumps on the loose puck. His cross ice pass was blocked. Creanon is there. Pede gets the loop bouncing puck. Plays it to the goal line for Bertrand. Bertrand sends it back up top. Ritz through some traffic, shot it wide. Creanon trying to backhand it to the front of the net. Got blocked, but it came right back to him. Ritz sends it on for Fabry. Off the corner boards, Pede. Trying to work it free. Pede sends it back. Fabry trying to poke it at the side of the net. And finally, Christoph Pop is there to pick it up for Hungary and get it out of harm's way. And that allowed Hungary to get a line change in, a much-needed one. Terbach gets it up for Christian Nagy. No room for him at center. Zambor Garat on for Terboc. Terboc cuts to the middle of the ice, tried to send a backhand pass across, and Justin Adamo was on it. Adamo gets taken down to one knee. Rek tried to pick it up cleanly and could not, and right back up the ice now for Hungary. This gets cleared in by Saunier. Czechich Valley will go back for it. 2-2 tie here in the third period. Bosk will send it all the way around the boards. Jumping on it is Baudin. Tried to get it to the front of the net, could not, and it's back into the French end of the ice, and a lead pass, and play's going to get called on an offside, and that's going to bring the face-off all the way back.
Well, France has had maybe a little bit of an edge when it comes to having the puck, but really nothing is happening for either team. There's a lot of turnovers, a lot of tight checking, which is what you would expect. Both teams realizing, hey, we've got 1 point in the bank, and that's what we'd like to have. And so you end up playing this kind of really tight game, and you're willing to dump it in and not take any chances at all.
Baudin gathers this in off the face-off. Trying to go for Alexander Texier, away from him. Cleared to the line, kept in as Terboc takes Gallet down hard. And it's sent up the left side boards by Kish. And they wave off icing. And Quaby is there. Quaby will play it back. Gallet sends it around the boards, makes its way outside the line, but not much further. And now offside is called at the line. 2-2, 7:20 to go here in the third. In this game over in Riga, Switzerland leading Kazakhstan 4-0. Sweden started this tournament with 166 minutes and 47 seconds of shutout hockey. Switzerland has now surpassed that, over 170 minutes of shutout hockey for Switzerland. They have yet to allow a goal against in this game 3. This gets turned over as it bounces around at center. Leclerc will send it around the boards. Intercepted and cleared by Stipschitz. Kept in by Bertrand. Gets it for Clairot, and his centering pass failed to work. And back up for Hungary. Fejes will send this in, and I'm going to say he was on his own side of center, and a bit of a mental error there by Fejes.
Yeah. If I'm playing against Switzerland, next game, though, I'm going, hey, let's score a goal for the first time in the tournament, right? Put them under a little pressure. And God forbid you get 2 in a row or something, and you put them through a little bit of adversity. It's amazing how things can turn negatively or positively. And in that case, it would obviously be negative if you get Switzerland down. Now, we've gotten the reports, and obviously the numbers back it up, that they have been the best team on that side of the tournament.
Nico Hischier, Siegenthaler making their way over. William Nylander is making his way over. That has the Swedish fans all excited, and deservedly so. Hadobash swings it across for Bartolish. Start to wonder if you're almost not into overtime here. In across for Bozon. Bozon pulls it back. Save made. Balish got that left pad down. Baudouin trying to get it back to the front of the net, but it's taken away, and Bartolish will carry it back. Hadobash will play it in deep and played it all the way around the boards and back up the ice for Bosk. Teams are making another change. Talked about Switzerland's play this year. They had the great preliminary round last year and then got eliminated in the quarterfinals by Team USA. So that's how quickly the tournament can change. 5:15 to go in a tie game. Face off outside the line.
Dennis, I would agree with you. By the time I get down to 2.5 minutes, for sure, it's going to be basically overtime, because neither one of these teams can really muster a whole lot of offense. So if you score anytime soon, it's going to get to that point very quickly.
And interesting, the mentality of these final 5 minutes now. We're under 5 minutes. Do you want to just play for the sure point and then see what happens with the extra point, or does somebody want to try and take charge here and come out of this with a 3-point win?
Yeah, I think Hungary just looking, it would be real nice to just get a point to feel good about ourselves. Ooh, that was a nasty hit right down in front of the net. Turbosh throwing his weight around there. I think for Hungary, they want to see a point on the board. It might be different for France. I would say if I'm playing for France, I'm thinking, let's go hard right here, not go to overtime. Let's go after these extra points. We're going to be in there, and I think that mentality and getting that point and trying to win in regulation is worth it.
Banked off the boards, race for the loose puck. Cleared on for Hari. Hari puts it behind the net, intercepted there by Rek for Justin Adamo. Adamo trying to get away from Jonas Hari, plays it back for Krinon. Swings it for Guebi, and nobody in front, and the long shot is snared and held.
Yeah, they're not going to end up with a puck in the net making plays like that. There's a look at the hit that happened a couple of seconds ago, and there have been some penalties called where we've kind of gone, I'm not so sure. Then meanwhile, that one was pretty nasty, and it could easily have been a cross-check.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I immediately looked over at the officials, and perhaps they've decided that with 4 minutes to go, let's try and let the players decide this. Puck leaves the playing surface. Face-off honors will be done all over again.
France has got to get some net front people there so that if you get the puck back to the point, and they've done that with pretty good regularity throughout the course of this game, but without somebody in front of the net for a screen or rebound or tip or all of the above, it's pretty much useless, which is what we saw just the last shift out there, a shot from the point that just drifted in.
USA, Austria, Finland, and France. The 2 games here tomorrow. This one slithers through the blue paint.
And they had somebody in front of the net there for a change.
Bosk will send this up at center. That's as far as that play gets. Sofron will send it back in. Bartolish plays it around the boards. In from the line is Zabo. Zabo puts this in behind Ylonen. Texier will deflect it out at center, no further. Baudouin couldn't catch up to it. And Zetni Haberdash plays it up at center. Rister from the high slot. Chenye, and that went wide. Comes around the boards. Texier trying to get a hold of it, could not. Baudouin will get it out the center, no further. And now Hungary on the regroup. Buzgaya gets to the line, doesn't get it deep. And it's back for Zambor Gorat. Gorat's having trouble. It got caught up in his skates. And offside is called at the line.
Both goaltenders protected pretty well, except for that one. They finally did get somebody in front of the net, and there was a good redirection there. I don't think it was above the crossbar, so had that gone in, looked like it would have been all right. And Baudouin, who has a goal in this game, nearly got his other one.
Nagy will get it out to center ice. A rolling puck brought right back in by Adamo. Tried to get it direct. Too far for him. Leclerc is there for France. And the puck comes up the boards and taken by Christoph Popp. For Terbach. For Nagy. Nagy gets forced to the corner boards by Adamo. Into the final 2 minutes. And back for Guillaume Leclerc. Leclerc trying to dump it deep. It gets gloved down, and Steepsheets will send it on for Terbach. He got stopped there by Krinon, but gets it back into the France zone. Baudouin will play it around. On it goes for Bozon. It's that top line for France back out here. Wrist shot from the left side. That one over top the net by Alexander Texier. Back for Gallo. He has a goal in this game. He couldn't get anywhere. Balige will play it up for Jonas Hari. But France descended right back in, and Balige will pass it off. Slipped up at center ice by Steepsheets. Too far for Hari. Hari goes after it, knocked it away. Hari trying to play it around the boards, but it's intercepted by Bozon. Bozon tried to clear, could not. And Hungary will control. Gallo trying to take it to the net. Bouncing puck at the line. This gets kept in. Hadobash to the front of the net. Gallo was there, couldn't get a stick on it. Comes around the boards. Hadobash gets tied up, has the puck, looking for a lane. Bozon stays with him, throws it down, and Zabo didn't see it quick enough. And now finally Bozon looking for a change, will send it on for Texier, but Texier will be by himself as France is changing. And Texier gets rubbed out, and it's taken by Zabo. Throws it behind his own net. Horvat is there. He'll leave it for Zabo. Zabo sends it up the left side boards. A long slap shot at the buzzer by Bartolish. Not at the buzzer quite. 5.2 seconds left. But it looks as though we are going to go to extra time, although the faceoff will be in the France end of the ice.
Yeah, pretty good tactic, actually. Get over the center ice red line, take the long shot. You're not expecting to score there. You get the goaltender to freeze it, and now you've got one shot at it if you can win a face-off, and that's what they're going to talk about over at the bench.
In 2016, the last time that Hungary won a game at the World Championship, they were in St. Petersburg. It was a 5-2 win over Belarus, and Seabach, who was in this game, had the winning goal. There's Philippe Bozon, the head coach of France. with this all-important face-off. That's the challenge for Poland, or for Hungary, is to try and not get relegated.
Yeah.
That's kind of been the history surrounding their team. Poland will be back in next year for the first time since 2002 when Mariusz Czerkowski was their star player. Face-off to the right of the netminder Ylonen. It gets all tied up. Will anybody get a shot away at the buzzer? No. It came to Steep Sheets, but the horn goes before he could get the shot away, and then Clairot takes exception to Steep Sheets getting the shot away and tempers Flair a little bit. 2-2 tie, Hungary and France. Overtime is next.
Time will follow after a 3-minute intermission. The overtime will be played with 1 goalkeeper and 3 skaters per team. kenttäpelaajalla per joukkue.
Chomping at the bit to get their next game going.
No matter what happens, it adds a little spice to the game tomorrow night between Finland and France.
Yep.
Adamo on his knees trying to corral it. He was out for the face-off. He's had an outstanding game in the face-off department. And possession on the 3-on-3 so important. And in on the attack, Hungary trying to carry it deep with Seebach, who had the game-winning goal the last time Hungary won a game at the World Championship back in St. Petersburg in 2015.
Well, first blush here, it looks like it's going to be aggressive from both teams, and that's great. Not just dropping back and trying to take line rushes. They're trying to challenge each other one-on-one, which means a miss means a chance at the other end of the ice. It'll become wide open.
Jonas Hari for Gallo. Gallo misfired on the pass, and a 3-on-2. Texier in the slot. Save made, Balij.
Balis has got lots of experience. Big goaltender. He's had a good night tonight. 6'4", plays in the Polish league. 5-time Hungarian champion, 2-time Hungarian goalie of the year. And he's had a solid game, and that was a really good scoring chance for Texier. He made that one look easy.
It was the mistake you talked about that caused the 3-on-2, or developed into a 3-on-2 for France.
This is the idea of going 3-on-3 in the overtime, though, right, Dennis? I mean, you should be going for it. I mean, when you just go back and you waste most of the time going back to your own zone and trying one rush, and if you don't see what you like, here we go.
Here's a breakaway for Erdley. Erdley to win it. Save made Ylonen. Erdley for Horvat. Horvat drops it back. And Bartolish will take it back out and bring it right back in for Erdley. Save, rebound, scores! Istvan Bartolish has won it for Hungary.
It was wide open, all right. This is really close to offside. That's the only thing I wonder about. There's the initial breakaway shot and the save, and then you can't see it right there. But it was really close to offside. I don't see any challenge yet, but I'm kind of waiting, because my eye looked at it and went, that's got to be pretty darn close. Did he tag up in time?
Here's a look at it right there.
It looks like it's onside there.
Correct.
Yeah, like he got back in time.
Assisted by 36.
So a huge win for Hungary.
34, Istvan Bartolish.
There's the French bench. The discussion going on as to whether or not the challenge for offside, but from that one look we had it looked as though it was all right.
Yeah, looked like he tagged up just barely in time. I had my doubts, to be honest with you, but it was great to see an overtime. The overtime we saw the other day was nothing like this. It was Kitty barred the door and very careful and not much action at all, but you could tell right from the drop of the puck to start, both teams wanted to go after it, and I think that's the intention. Here's another look again. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, he's tagged up. They're good. I think the French certainly looked at it for a long time and had lots of time to do it, so takes away some of the effect, but as far as Hungary goes, they are feeling pretty good about themselves, and good for them for going after it.
I thought if they were going to challenge, they better get to it, because
yeah, no kid,
you can't do it after the player of the game presentations and the anthem has been sung. But no, there is no challenge. No. As our replay showed, it was onside, and the France coaching staff took a real close look at it. Philippe Bozon, and got the word that it was okay. So we're going to have the player of the game presentations. What a goal, Istvan Bartolish with the overtime winner. Erdley had the breakaway. And then the play comes outside the zone, back in they come, and we showed you the fans from Hungary. This is going to make their night.
Prize for Team Hungary is presented by International Ice Hockey Federation Administration, kansainvälisesti lääkeliitosta IIHF.
Not sure they needed anything to work up the thirst, but the victory certainly did.
Yeah, the Hungarian fans have had a ball, and it's going to continue.
Jules Bosch is the player of the game for France. So sets up an interesting game tomorrow night between France and Finland, tied in the standings.
Best player of Team Hungary, number 14, numero 14, Balas Sebuk.
Balas Sebuk is the player of the game for Hungary, and this is a big win for them.
Sure is. Kevin Constantine talked about the fact he just wanted to see them play at the same level they had played 2 or 3 weeks ago, and until today he hadn't felt like they had gotten there. Well, maybe he'll feel better now.
An overtime win for Hungary, and now the national anthem of the winning team, Hungary.
Arvoisa yleisö, jos pystyt, pyydän nousemaan ylös, ottamaan hatun päästäsi ja kuulemaan voittajajoukkueen Unkarin kansallishymni. Vuoden 2023 IIHF jääkiekon MM-kisat jatkuvat huomenna Nokia
No doubt a back and forth battle tonight, obviously ending in overtime. What made Hungary so difficult to solve?
Well, they play hard. They play, good structure defensively, and they didn't give up much. We had some good holes on time, but we couldn't capitalize too much. So it was a tough battle, but we tried, but didn't work out.
With that being said, you do now have 4 points through 4 games. You're even with last year's champion in Finland. How does that feel as a team?
Well, it's tough because you want to get a win like that. If you can win, you put them away, and you're safe. No, we're not. So it's a tough loss.
French. Speaking of Finland, last year's champion, even at 4 points each. You face them next on Wednesday. What are you looking forward to in that game?
Well, it's a top team, so obviously it's going to be a strong opponent. We have to be really ready and really tight defensively if we want to, come up with something good. So it should be a tense game for us. On a besoin de faire un gros match demain parce que voilà, ça va être une top équipe. On voit qu'ils ont plein de talent, qu'ils ont plein de structure. Donc voilà, on va devoir être prêt pour montrer un beau visage demain.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
You had the game-winning goal tonight. Your fan section beside us are going crazy right now. What impressed you the most about your team's performance this evening?
Yeah, it's a team effort, like you said. We are really happy that our fans following us everywhere in the whole world, and we can get them a win. It's amazing.
Your coach stressed the importance of this game, especially looking at your team in Group A standings. What do your first points of the tournament mean?
Yeah, we wanted to have 3 points, like you said. It was really important for us, but if we would win today, then maybe it would be enough to stay in. But right now, we know that we just have 2 points, so we have to beat Austria at the end.
Arian, with less than 30 seconds in the first period, your teammate, Bence Stipchit, scored a big goal, tied it up at ones. How important was that in shifting the momentum and ultimately helping force this game to overtime later on?
Nagyon fontos volt az, hogy ugye az első gólt azt egyenlíteni tudtunk az első góljuk után, ugyanúgy a második után is, és benne tudtunk maradni a mérkőzésben.
Thank you, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Okay. Good job, Chris.
Woohoo! Let's go, Szóló, no így nem mondom. Szóló. Yeah, buddy! Azt nem érik utól. One more! Yeah, buddy! Lightweight! Jaj, bazd meg! Jó van! Jó van! Hogy át tud pattanni, érted? De idegesít. Nem baj, ezzel álmodok majd. Nem dobsz a kamerának egy? First step, first step.